What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, That Guy Mile High, tuning back in for another reaction. This time we got the top 10 dark Ring doorbell recordings that will horrify you. Shout out to the most amazing top 10 for this one. I'm sure there might be one or two, repeats as far as just since it's a list and we've seen a bunch of doorbell ones. So we'll just see what their classification of the top 10 is. But before we jump into that, man, we got to give a big praise and shout out to all the members out there, man, from the old ones to the new ones, because we definitely got a few new ones. We got Gary Willis, My Hood Life, Nugget, Liz, Amy Jane Doe, Ryan Parks, Lynn, Mad Creeker, Driver Thoughts, Lynn Willow, Misty Summers, Mama Dukes, Taylor, Aaron, Casey, and Token Tug. And yeah, if you want to get your name shouted out and you want to get a little bit of praise from your boy Mile High in the tops of every videos and all the lives and whatnot, go ahead and check out the join button down below. And if you don't want to do that, just go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell notification, because that's free 99, baby. That's free 99. Anyways, let's jump into this list and get this party started. You know what I'm saying? Let go.
Welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. This is a scary one. Here we go. Here are the top 10 dark ring doorbell recordings that will horrify you. This is horrible. Number 10,
Let's see.
Doorbell liquor. And immediately into the weird.
What?
Here we go. I'm wasting no time today. This one's short and sweet. Not much explaining to do here. Back in 2019, a man was caught on camera approaching a home in a neighborhood in Salinas, California. He was seen through this Ring camera. Now, he doesn't say much. He just shows up and immediately he starts licking the doorbell. Not the camera, but the actual button, like the actual doorbell. He must have rang the bell thousands
Did he have
of times
COVID or something and he was trying to spread it? Well, that's before COVID.
The homeowner.
That was before COVID, so because he said 2019, we didn't start dealing with COVID until the top of 2020. So yeah, what, like I'm just trying to I was trying to rationalize it a little bit. Like maybe he was just one of those weird people who's like, COVID, I'm gonna give it to everyone. But that's just, he's an oddball. I mean, hey man, maybe he's got some sort of weird erotica to doorbells or electronics, maybe.
Said in a following interview after seeing the footage, they said, and I quote, "Oh boy, that is just weird."
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, oh boy indeed, that's quite weird. I'm getting a doorbell camera tomorrow. Number 9, Vegas visitor. This one was quite recent. Watching the video absolutely freaks me out. This is terrifying. This happened just over a year ago in Las Vegas. This was at 8:20 p.m. It's barely nighttime, and this man shows up out of nowhere, and the doorbell cam catches him asking to come inside the house. He's asking the homeowner over and over if he can enter, and then proceeds to announce horrible things that he'll do once inside the house. This is terrifying. This guy is also humongous. He could kick this door down if he wanted to. He also announces that he has weapons on him, and then he announces that he intends to use said weapons. It's so jarring. This guy was thankfully arrested later on thanks to this doorbell camera being on. Don't answer the door to anyone. Just play it safe always. I didn't answer the door to the paper kid growing up because it's not worth it. People are so scary. And also that kid was weird. Number 8.
I remember that one. Like if somebody he was super blatant about it. Like it wasn't even like, he was just sitting there just being weird. Like he was like really dead face, stone cold killer. Like, yo, I'm about to get in there and I'm going to, I want to say he said he was going to sexually assault her, the lady that was inside. It was a dude inside too, and he was even talking to the dude like, yo, let me in because I'm about to do some things to her. Like he was not playing games, bro.
Yeah,
like
stepping away from the worst of the worst for a hot minute. Let's shine the spotlight on some weird stuff, Like for example, the guy wearing a TV on his head. Yep, that's pretty weird. That's a thing, apparently. I actually remember seeing this a few years ago. It kind of spooked me. Back in 2019, this man would appear in Virginia, and he visited more than 50 residents. He would show up with the TV on as a head, and then if that wasn't already weird enough, he would leave an old TV on your doorstep. They're all old, humongous TVs. They're so annoying to move. Also, at the same time, this is so creepy. Middle of the night, this guy shows up. Many believe this man was inspired by the comic book series Saga. There's a race of, TV alien heads in that comic. So this could be a fan of Prince Robot IV. Who knows? Either way, this is so annoying. Like imagine an elderly couple waking up having a fear.
Look, I wouldn't even be mad. I would just laugh at him like I'm doing now. Like it was not scary. What I would be more mad about is the fact that you just left this old ass, like unrecyclable ass fucking TV on my porch that now I have to do something with. Like that's what would piss me off more than anything else. Like
what? On a Sunday morning.
Wouldn't it be creepy?
So like, don't do this. Don't be a prankster. Get out of here. Number 7, attempted break-in. This one happened around 2 p.m. Another horrifying encounter happening in broad daylight. How is this? This is so scary. Two men attempted to kick the front door down and break in an Oakland, California home. One man rang the bell. The person who was home at the time was wearing headphones, listening to music. So luckily they didn't hear the initial doorbell ring. The man came back again with a partner shortly after, and this time they tried ringing again, and then after getting no response, he attempted to kick the door down. Now the person who was home did hear this, and they yelled, and the attackers luckily fled the scene. This is so terrifying. This happened in the middle of the day. Just no matter what, if you don't know the person, don't answer the door. Call 911.
He was banking on the cover of
Number 6, Matt doesn't live here. This one I need your help on, honestly. There's a backstory here, and we need to find it. We need to figure this out. Back in 2016, in the middle of an August summer night, this man approaches, topless, always a great sign. And as he's slowly approaching this home, he's looking back at somebody off camera, right? He has the I'm about to ring the doorbell and run away vibe. You know what I'm saying? He's looking back, he's getting ready, he's stretching his arms.
Yeah, this dude, this was another weird one. This one we can talk about because we've seen this one. He has like a whole conversation with himself, basically trying to like pretend like he's talking to whoever's inside the house, and then basically just to kind of like satisfy the whoever he is with, you know, whoever dropped him off, whoever's in the car.
Something's gonna happen. Yeah. But instead of knocking and running, he pretends to knock, he knocks the air, and then pretends to ask somebody if Matt's home. He does it so the other person can clearly see him doing this. So I don't know if it was a dare or some sort of attempted break-in that we just can't yet decipher, but either way, it's jarring. Sound off in the comments down below. What was this guy doing? Number 5. A grim warning. This one comes from user RightMind2723. Great name. They say, we had a series of break-ins in our neighborhood when doorbell cameras first came out. So we got one because my husband often worked late and I would be home alone with the kids. Great idea. I'm starting to understand your username. Right mind indeed, my friend. Very right mind. Since they were so new, most people didn't know that it was a camera. So one night my phone pinged that there was a movement. I pulled it up and it was 2 guys talking about if they should try and go to the back of the house to break in. I was on the line with 911 so fast and the cops arrived even faster. The cops caught them both and it turns out these were the 2 men responsible for all of the other break-ins. Yeah, they didn't realize I was home. Neighbors all got cameras after this. Yeah, as they should. You should get 7%.
As long as you do what you need to with those cameras and set them up correctly and do the whole like the 2-step authentication thing or whatever, change your passwords, all the nonsense to just better protect yourself. Not saying that it's impossible for someone to hack into it, but it makes it, you know, less of a invitation. You know what I'm saying? Makes them work harder when there's other people who aren't doing it, when they could just go look at their shit instead of messing with yours because you know, did your due diligence. Yeah, that's what it's for. But anyways, they're great. I think that everybody should have one in reality, like at least some sort of cameras. Like I even need to get some. I've come close. I haven't got the doorbell, but I definitely think I should just get some to just, because I'm on the 3rd floor, to just have looking out my windows and stuff, you know, watching the cars and just watching all the effery that's going on in the neighborhood.
Profits. That's like, you know what? You got some deals. 20 people buy stuff. That's, you know, you're working for them. Again, play it safe. Call 911. Hide. Exhibit A. Number 4. Found a key. Ooh, this one comes from Reddit user ending is near here. Okay, solid name. A little more spooky than the last, but we'll like it. They say, once I got an alert that someone was at the door. My dog was also barking at the time, but I didn't hear a knock. I then heard something myself, so I checked the camera, and I saw this younger-looking guy at the doorstep. He'd walked up and tried to unlock my front door with what I guess was a key he found on the ground close to my house. Luckily, he didn't get in. This happened in broad daylight, with cars still in the driveway. Yeah, these types of scenarios always creep me out. People love hiding keys and like fake rocks in front of their homes. Don't do this. No way. People know about these. They will look for fake rocks.
That era is gone.
They're pretty obvious most of the time. I don't know. Keep your spares very hidden. People will try anything at any time. Number 3, sleepwalker. My brother Kyle has night terrors. This man would get up in the middle of the night and just start doing dishes and whistling. It was so terrifying. I truly feel bad for sleepwalkers, okay? I get it. Not as much as Kyle, but I get it. I've seen it. This one comes from Reddit user Raging Ball of Fury. Amazing name. They say, my little brother is a sleepwalker. We'd gotten an alert and saw that he had snuck out of the house while we were still asleep. And my sister said she heard someone talking just outside of the front door. I went to look and I saw my brother sitting on the porch, apparently having a conversation with our grandfather despite being alone at the time. She says he was saying, I love you and I'm going to miss you. Nice stuff like that. My dad got him back inside the house without waking him up, which is also so impressive, side comment, and nobody gave it much thought until a couple hours later when my uncle called telling us my grandfather had passed away while he was asleep. My little brother says he doesn't remember any of this, but we got it all on video. We can't hear what he's saying too clearly, but he was definitely talking to somebody, and he sure as heck said, "I'm going to miss you," at least twice. That's touching. I had to throw in a nicer one before we, get yucky again. Number 2, not cops. Immediately back into the terrifying again. This is a hard one. If I saw this outside my front door, I would have probably opened the door. I don't know. This is confusing. This is why doorbell cameras with audio are vital, okay? This comes from an anonymous source. They say, "I have a camera doorbell. The creepiest thing I ever saw was the night I had 2 cops come to my door. They stood outside the door talking to each other about if I was home or not and who would have me first or try and break in first. I was at home at the time and my dog alerted me by whining at the door. So I checked the DV cam, saw them, listened to them talking for about 10 seconds before I myself called the real 911. The operator told me they didn't have any cops in my area at the time and to stay away from the door and to put at least one more locked door between me and them and to stay on the line and to be quiet until the real cops could get there. This is how you do it, okay. I live around the block from a fire department, so it was less than 2 minutes when a fire truck pulled up, then these 2 fake cops ran away. God, that's so scary. The amount of videos I've seen online where people pretend to be police officers, it's terrifying.
That's cool though that they just like, yo, we just need to get somebody out there real quick and of real authority. Who's closest? Fire department? Get a fire truck out there right now. There ain't no fucking fire, but get somebody over there right now like that. Hey.
So cringe. Just like a dude trying to pull you over. He's like grabbing a non-existent vest. I'm like, what are you doing? This is get a job.
Right
unless you call them, pretend like you aren't home. Just hide. Or unless you're a criminal, then for sure come out. It's over, Buster, right? You're going to jail. And finally, number 1. Not hired help. This one is very controversial in the comments. I need to know where you all stand on this matter because I myself am on the fence. I wanted to end this video off on a little question mark. This footage is from 2017 and the description of the video says, "A suspicious man walks to my door and has no clear answers to my questions and then leaves. Thanks to Ring Doorbell for saving the day yet again." Okay, quite the description. So I watched it, I read the comments, let's talk shop. Half of the comments here are upset at the user. They're defending this man off the bat, saying clearly it sounds like he was part of the crew that had laid the tile outside of the homeowner's door previous, right? It must have been a long time ago, and if you're not the original homeowner, he's mixing you up with somebody else. Somebody else comments how the guy noticed a package on the ground, but he didn't steal it. So he's not a thief, right? Others think he's trying to get more work done by coming back to the same location, right? My take on this, again, if you don't know who's at your door, you don't have to get it. You're an adult. That's it. Enough said. That's your home. You can do whatever you want. Just pretend like you're taking a
you don't want
That's
to
it. Sorry, I missed the door. This person in the
to.
recording was talking to the man, and they told him that they weren't home for another 20 minutes because they were in a meeting. They were a little bit too polite in a sense, even if it was okay to be polite to someone. You know what I mean? Never tell anybody you're home. Stay safe. Okay? That's it. Stay safe. That's how I'm going to end this. I'm Taylor McWaters. Don't lick my doorbell, okay? See you next time on Most Amazing Top 10. Peace.
Those were some interesting ones. We seen, I want to say like 3 or 4 of those videos actually in that list. We haven't seen that very first one. I'd be curious to see what the whole context was and why there was such a debate on, that whole situation and why people were defending the dude. And I'm curious. If y'all have that link or whatever, y'all should send me that one if there's a compilation or even if you just know where that video is. I want to check it out. I want to see. But anyways, y'all let me know what you thought about the comments below, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.